Hi everyone, I'm Vivien Fang, FEMBA class of 2021. I recently pivoted and am currently now working for Edwards Life Sciences as one of their first senior failure analysis engineer for their global supply chain critical care business unit. Before deciding to go for my MBA and joining Edwards, I was actually working as a customer support engineer for an aerospace company. Prior to this role, I was 150% technical, working as a systems engineer for the same company and with a BS in mechanical engineering from UCLA, go Bruins, and the MS also in mechanical engineering, but from the school across town that we don't like to talk about. So needless to say, I was very much a stereotypical engineer. I really enjoy going down those rabbit holes on super technical topics and try my best to be antisocial. But this customer support role really pushed me outside of my comfort zone. I've attended many aerospace conferences and many business discussions and meetings and had to network with industry experts and just talk to complete strangers and even sit in business negotiations where a lot of partnerships are formed and business decisions are made. And these conferences sometimes got really feisty and exciting and scary sometimes. But to me, it was really, really exciting. I was being exposed for the first time to where all the technical decisions are actually falling into place at the more macro role at the company level. And it just made sense and started to click. So I wanted to be part of that world, not only to have the capability, the skill set, but actually be in a position where I can be at the table and have a hand in making these business decisions. And it was also then that I think I noticed that for aerospace, being a highly traditional industry, it does not have a lot of female leaders, especially in the highly technical roles. So in order for me to be able to come to the table and help make these business decisions, I had to hone not only my technical skills, but also my business and leadership capabilities. So I decided to develop these skills through an MBA, specifically at Anderson, because I really wanted to challenge myself and just not take the easy way out. For me, it's go big or go home. So attend the best. And Anderson really offers such a challenge and reward for me to obtain the goals. So it constantly ranked as one of the top fully employed MBA program. So not only that, it also provided me with a solid network alum with many strong female leaders that I can network and bounce ideas off of. Furthermore, the professors all have really interesting experiences, background, and just stories to share with the students. So back to my alma mater as a double Bruin. I chose GAP for my field study because I really wanted to enhance my international business skills. While attending Anderson, I was provided an opportunity to actually pivot from aerospace into the biomedical industry through my Anderson network. It was an amazing opportunity and it required a lot more international business skills. I worked as part of the global supply chain, and what that means is I'm working daily with team that's across the world and on products that's being manufactured at different parts of the world. So the GAP program really provided an opportunity to not only work with a company outside of the US, but to really learn about their culture and the way business is done outside of the US. But not only that, it allowed me to directly see how business decision can actually impact the company. I've always been with larger corporations, so it's difficult to actually link a single business decision to the results or have results appear really quickly based on a single strategic move. But working with a smaller company through GAP really provided me with that visibility and the clarity as to how a single strategy or marketing technique can really directly impact the success of a project or the company. The company that we got to work with through GAP is based out of New Zealand. So I was super excited to actually potentially be able to visit New Zealand, learn about their culture firsthand and about their businesses. Unfortunately, COVID struck and we're no longer able to travel. At first, it seemed like a huge setback, but with the help of the GAP office, our advisor, and the team over at New Zealand, we were able to actually turn this into a wonderful learning experience. One advantage that GAP really provide is its ability to network us with a company outside of the US and outside the country. But with travel restriction, we really had to turn to different ways to network. So needless to say, we became experts in team and Zoom meetings super fast. So instead of traveling to New Zealand, we had weekly calls. And instead of attending conferences, we actually attended virtual conferences and had to network through cold calling and come up with creative ways to get those experts to talk to us via LinkedIn or other ways. And it really pushed my boundaries and broke me out of my antisocial engineering shell. So my team was also super supportive, and we really cared about each other's not only professional but also personal growth. And GAP really offered the safe sandbox for us to implement many of the skills that we learned in core and elective, like marketing, strategy, negotiation, and like finance and accounting for sure. So with GAP, it's a safe to try all these new skills and like enhance the skills that you find will be really beneficial in your future career. And we've always got each other's back as a team. On top of that, our advisors and the GAP office is always there to provide support and feedback. So it was a great time to just help each other grow and develop as an individual. And also during GAP, we were able to attain one of our major goals, which is to create change before we graduate from Anderson. Specifically for my team, we presented our semi-final business plan to the company that we're working with, and in turn, they presented our findings to their board of director and want their support to implement our recommendation Q1 of next year. So go team. And it's really exciting to actually see our hard work pay off and make a difference for this company. And for me specifically for GAP, I took it as an opportunity to really work on my public speaking capabilities. Not only did the program require you to have 25 interviews for primary research purposes, it provided multiple opportunities to work on your presentation skills with direct feedback from your peer and professors. So my team also really kept me on top of my game, constantly challenging me to do what I'm not really comfortable with, like reading financial documents or project management and planning, and even playing devil's advocate. So GAP, especially during this year, really developed a sense of camaraderie and adaptability and resilience amongst everybody. And that is something that I really appreciate and learned a lot from GAP. Having just completed GAP, I'm excited to take forward many of learning into my career, specifically project planning, time management, and most importantly, one of our advisors, Jeff Lappin's personal favorite, is managing customer expectation. Being virtual all year, it really taught me how important it is to manage our time. Since working remotely made the days blend together, it became even more essential to have good project planning and time management skills so that we can really maintain a good work, school, and life balance. And GAP really taught us how to manage projects and manage our time really wisely, because at the end, it's a crunch time. So being able to plan out the project, front load a lot of efforts, and have leftover time to really put everything together is a skill that was developed even further throughout GAP. And then on the other side, the managing customer expectation is something that is incredibly useful in my current role. And it's something that's currently emphasized throughout GAP, that we need to manage our customer, the company's expectation. So currently working with multiple internal and external customer across multiple projects, having the know-how and the skills now to really manage their expectation early on and to be able to know the personality of the customers and detect that personality and have open conversation and know how to have these difficult conversations and to just build a solid relationship from the very beginning of a project is a really important and wonderful takeaway that I have from GAP. So thank you. I am honored to be selected by the faculty as a Voice of FEMBA for GAP. I hope my story encourages you to really challenge yourself. Use GAP as an opportunity to build those lifelong relationship, friendship, and network, and test and break your boundaries. A quote from Warren Buffett that I found recently that really described GAP well is, I quote, "Surround yourself with people that push you to do better. No drama or negativity, just higher goals and higher motivation. Good time and positive energy. No jealousy or hate. simply bring out the absolute best in each other, end quote. I can't guarantee that GAP is all positive energy and good times. There's definitely challenges and lows, but it definitely is an environment for development and growth. And everybody around you want you to succeed. So it was a wonderful and unique opportunity to really see what's out there and get the first and second-hand experiences, be it from cold calling complete strangers, and talk about an industry that you only read about on Wikipedia, or listening to Professor Shinerock's story about getting successful rounds of funding with the help of a prince, or even just directly talking to your advisor and learning from their experiences and how they brought about success for their company, their businesses, even their hotels. You'd be really surprised on how invaluable these stories are. And you never know when you can really use their life experiences and learning in your future career. So I really challenge everyone to think fearlessly and take on challenges and share your success with others and drive for that positive change within yourself. Thank you.